Absolutely. Here's Chapter 4, Edward Calls, ignited with a sultry spark and kept in harmony with your real memory and tone. I've woven in intrigue, chemistry, and confident sensuality to push the chapter forward while staying true to the evolving story. Chapter 4, Edward Calls. After leaving Giles's bed, my body still tingling from the previous night's indulgence, I drifted back to my hotel room, a lazy, satisfied grin across my lips. The morning light spilled in through the window, soft and golden, warming my bare skin. I was still half lost in the haze of his touch, the way his fingers had traced invisible poetry down my back when my phone buzzed and jolted me back to the now. A number I didn't recognize flashed across the screen. I hesitated, then answered, "Hello." "Oh, good morning, sexy," came the smooth, amused voice. "How are you?" I blinked, then chuckled. "Oh, is this Edward? Yeah?" Yes, it is." He sounded pleased, almost smug, as if he already knew I'd say yes to whatever came next. And maybe he did. We chatted briefly, his voice silk-wrapped confidence. Then he asked, casually but directly, if I'd be able to pop into the studio sometime this morning, or afternoon if that suited me better. I didn't even hesitate. "Of course, Edward. I'll be there in, say, 30 minutes?" "Wow," he replied with a little laugh. "Efficient. I'll see you when you arrive." Click. A thrill danced up my spine. I threw on something casual but clingy, a tight black t-shirt and jeans that hugged the right places, then freshened up and headed over. As I walked into the studio, I could feel eyes catch on me. That same intoxicating atmosphere was in the air, part business, part decadence, and I was quickly becoming one of its brightest flames. Edward greeted me in the hallway with a playful smirk. He looked refined, but just a touch disheveled, but like he'd rolled out of bed still hot from the dreams he'd had. His cologne caught me by surprise. Dark and expensive, like leather and late-night whispers. "You clean up well," he said, glancing me up and down. "And I get dirty better," I replied, quick and smooth. That earned me a wide grin. He led me into a smaller private studio room, not the casting space, but more intimate. There was a low black couch, red lighting, and a chilled bottle of wine already sweating on the side table. "I figured we could go over some ideas," he said, sitting down and patting the seat next to him. I joined him, thighs brushing. I could already feel his interest rising, and to be honest, so was mine. He leaned in to whisper a scene idea in my ear, one involving power dynamics, teasing, and a double feature with a mystery guest. His breath was warm on my neck, his fingers now lazily tracing the hem of my shirt. "You interested in helping me? Workshop this?" I turned to face him, lips just inches from his. "Oh, I'm interested in work. Let's make it a hands-on rehearsal, shall we?" Things quickly escalated. It wasn't an official shoot, but the cameras were quietly switched on anyway. Edward pulled me closer, his hands no longer tentative. I climbed into his lap, straddling him, as we fell into a slow, primal rhythm, one that made the studio walls melt away. He was commanding, but not in a way that overpowered. He matched my pace, matched my energy, and by the time we finished, sweaty, tangled, satisfied, it was clear we had just filmed something unforgettable. Edward looked at me with a new kind of appreciation. "You really are something else," he murmured. "Let's book you for something big." I smiled, licking the taste of him from my lips. "Book me for whatever you want, boss. I'll deliver." And I meant it. Would you like to continue straight into Chapter 5? Or do you have a particular memory or theme in mind for the next section?